This video will explain how to multiply more complex decimal numbers. Let's have a look at what we already know. We know that 5 times 3/10 equals 15/10. We also know that 5 times 3/100 equals 15/100. And we know that 5/10 times 3/10 equals 15/100. Let's use that information to multiply 4 3/10 times 2 6/10. Our first step is to put these numbers in something we call expanded form. So my 4 3/10 equals 4 plus 3/10, and my 2 6/10 equals 2 6/10. Once I finish that, I'm going to make what we call an area model, putting my 4 3/10 on the top and my 2 6/10 along the side. My next step is to multiply these numbers together in the appropriate box. Let's have a look. I know that 4 times 2 equals 8. So that's where my 8 comes from. Next, I know that 3/10 times 2 equals 6/10. If I look at this box here, I know that 4 times 6/10 equals 24/10, or 2 4/10. And lastly, in this box here, 3/10 times 6/10 equals 18/100. If you want to multiply it the other way, 6/10 times 3/10, it's still going to give you the same answer as 18/100. My next step is to take those numbers from the boxes and add them together. So I've taken my whole numbers, my 8 and my 2, and I've made 10. I've taken all of my tenths, and together they make 11/10, or 1 1/10. And then lastly, I just have this lone hundredth here, and it's 8/100. When I add them together, my answer is 11 18/100. Therefore, 4 3/10 times 2 6/10 equals 11 18/100. Let's try one together. When I say pause, please pause the video. What I want you to do first is to take this number, 2 5/10 times 1 4/10, and write them in expanded form. Please pause the video and do just that. Welcome back. Here are numbers in expanded form. 2 5/10 is the same thing as 2 plus 5/10, and 1 4/10 is the same thing as 1 4/10. The next thing I'd like you to do is copy down this area model, putting our 2 plus 5/10 on the top and our 1 4/10 along the bottom. Again, if you were to do this in reverse, the answers would still be the same because it doesn't matter what order we use when we multiply. So don't forget, when you fill in the boxes, this box right here should be the answer of 1 times 2, or 2 times 1 will be the same thing. This box right here should be 5/10 times 1. This box here will be 2 times 4/10. And in this box here, please find the answer to 4/10 times 5/10, or 5/10 times 4/10 is going to give you the same answer. So please pause the video, copy this graphic, and fill it in. Now that you've filled in your table, let's have a look to see if our numbers match up. 2 times 1, or 1 times 2, is 2. 1 times 5/10, or 5/10 times 1, is still 5/10. 2 times 4/10, or 4/10 times 2, is 8/10. And lastly, in this box right here, 5/10 times 4/10, or 4/10 times 5/10, still gives us our 20/100. Now our next step is to add all of these numbers together. Please pause the video now and do your addition. Welcome back. So as you can see, I've added the numbers that were in my boxes together, and I've come up with a grand total of 3 and 5/10. Therefore, 2 and 5/10 times 1 and 4/10 gives you 3 and 5/10. If you didn't quite get this answer, please replay the video, pausing at the appropriate spots. And if you need some additional help, please come up and see me.